The problem is making a hash job of this. All right, let's just cut. All the horse stuff. Yeah, it's definitely blowing out, but it's gonna look pretty cool.
Hey, welcome back to Felon's Corner, where the mornings are getting chilly, the days getting shorter, and our to-do list longer.
Morning guys, on a bit of a side quest today. Just been to town to buy a new Milwaukee circular saw, and I've got to do some work to a little barn we've got here. So what's happened is, let me restart that. The problem is we own a Belgian Malinois. And if you know, you know. So with a Belgian Malinois, a dog trainer once described it to us. Most dogs, for example, if you have a bag of Skittles, hypothetical Skittles, you can show them all the different coloured Skittles and they'll be fine. They'll be like, oh yeah, cool, Skittles. With a Belgian Malinois, you have to individually show each colour of Skittle and teach them that that colour of Skittle is okay, otherwise they'll freak out. They're incredible dogs, incredibly smart, but anyway, long story short, we moved to the property and we got some stock. She's lived most of her life in town, and when we got here, she was, you know, obviously the horses and the cows were a different coloured Skittle, and she skitzed out a little bit. So now it's turned into a bit of a drama. So what I need to do is this side quest is to get this little barn up and running at the other end of the property, so we can store all the horse stuff here. So Mon can do the bulk of the horse riding down here, whilst we go back to square one and start the training of the horse Skittle with start the training of the horse Skittle from scratch, so she can get used to it, because otherwise it's going to become an ingrained problem that we struggle to deal with. And right now we just don't have the time to go through all the steps to train her with the horses and the stock. So we'll see how we go. And this looks all right. Getting worried that old Milwaukee didn't supply a blade, but they did. That'd be right. It's an American tool, or American brand, and requires Imperial Allen keys, and I don't have any Imperial Allen keys because it's a metric weld. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. 9/16. I'll have to remember that for next time. Hold on, it's actually anti-clockwise. No, it's not anti-clockwise. It's just tight. Making a hash job of this, an absolute hash. It's too early. I haven't only had one coffee. Oh, what's wrong with this thing? All right, let's just cut. That was a rookie mistake. It's the left-hand thread. Of course it was a left-hand thread. Why do you always feel so unco with new tools? Like, it's just like everything about it's different. Oh, trying to do it right-hand thread again. Oh goodness. I really got to go back home and get another coffee. It's out of control. Right, there we go. I'll go show you the gatehouse. We'll have a look. I'm not going to show you the gatehouse. I'm going to show you the whatever this shed's called. So this was a milking barn, or a milking shed. Don't know how old it is. It was here when we bought the place. I have a feeling it was built newer, more recent than we think. It's got fairly new concrete, looking at where the poles are concreted in. Overall, it's pretty solid. So the plan is to remove this post here in this little stall, and then put a floor throughout the whole thing, and then partition off this end here where the camera's sitting, have that kind of lockable, bit of a store shed, and this just an open floor area with a roof, so you can walk in and out and grab your saddles and whatever else you need, but all the horse stuff. First up, we need to remove some shelves, clean out the usual farming rubbish that's built up over the last however many years. Remove the stall, and then once all that's done, I can strip the floor down and put some bearers and joist in, and some floorboards. That's a good drum, actually. That'll be handy for something. Jerry can, also handy. That had a bit of a snaky vibe for a minute there. Now remember, before you go posting a comment, this is going to be super rough. I'm just using literally leftover scraps. None of it's the right length, so mix and match. I'm even using some old recycled screws that I've got. Yeah, super rough. It just needs to be functional and strong enough to, you know, hold a bit of weight. So yeah, can't overthink this one. And when I say rough, check out how unsquare this is. In a perfect world, I want it to butt up into that corner there and sit flush on here, flush there, and then it's out by a cheeky 40 mil down there. So I'm gonna have to pack this one out. I've got the two bearers down each side of the building now. We don't quite have enough height to step in the door, so I've had to lower the bearers as low as I possibly can. But that's resulted on this high side, because everything's on a hill around here. Had to use just a small piece of hardwood through there. But thankfully this won't be getting used too much, this little gate, so I think it'll be strong enough. It's not ideal, but hey, it's free. That's the subframe done. Bearers and joist down, or I guess you can call them joists. The spacing between the joist is really quite narrow. So what happened was I didn't have enough hardwood beams to go the spacing that I wanted. So I had to go a wider spacing, and then I had some softwood beams, and I thought, oh, because we're just putting those old weatherboards from the gatehouse down on top of it, they're not that thick. They're only about probably 20 mil, 19 mil thick. So they're gonna flex. So I just thought I'll throw these extra softwood beams in. It's only pine, but it's treated, it'll last, and you know, gives it some extra strength. So about to stop for some lunch, and then I'll chuck down some floorboards. Look, lunch is escaping. Oh, now you can see up my legs. Promise, it'll be winter here soon, so you won't have to, I'll start wearing long pants. You won't have to see up my legs every day. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'll crack onto the floorboards. It's a bit of tuna today. Nothing too exciting. Okay, lunch is over, and it's time to put some floorboards down. I'm going to put them all in first, cut them, put them in, sit them there, and then I'll just come through and screw them all down at the end, drill them and screw them. Because it's hardwood, I have to drill them all first, otherwise they'll split. the floor's all cut and laid now. The next step is to mark out the nail lines and I should say screws actually, and screw it all down. So probably another hour in that, and then that'll be the floor complete, and we can start on the wall through here. I think the floor looks pretty good. I mean, suits the vibe. It's got the right kind of aesthetics for this place. The next step will be to put a wall in there. That needs a wall with a door in it, and then that'll be a closed area to store tack and hay and things like that. We've got all of these screws that we pulled off the gatehouse, and they're all still pretty good, so we're going to use them for this, for the flooring. They're really strong, they'll screw it down nicely, and it'll straighten some of the hardwood beams out, some of the hardwood boards out. So yeah, we'll screw it all down with that. Once again, hasn't cost me anything. We're up to $3. I think Monica's just turned up. She's been editing all day, and I'm pretty sure she's just finished and she's heading up to help screw down the flooring.
Wow.
You're the best.
This is looking good.
We'll get her working. She's been working all day. Just nice that you can come outside though. Can't be inside editing all the time. We'll mix it up. Screw down some floorboards.
Sounds good.
I'm going to start framing up this wall. Now imagine this bit here will be enclosed. There'll be a beam here for the saddles to sit on, and there'll be some shelving and some hooks and so on and so forth. But I'm going to frame up this frame up this wall, and then just need to work out where we put the door. And I think, from memory, we've got an old barn door looking thing up in another one of the sheds that I saved from a few years ago, so we might go and look for that now and come back and see if it fits. Explain to us what this shed is.
We call this the tractor shed for some reason. I don't think a tractor's ever been stored in it as long as we've had it. But anyway, this is the storage shed that we use to store the really old but cool stuff that we found on the property during our tenure. So it's a bit of a treasure trove and a junkyard. We know it's here somewhere. Pretty snaky around here, isn't it? Start that one? Ooh, slide down the hill, Yuri.
Slide down the hill.
Shortcut, a real shortcut.
Like a bobsleigh.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have machinery for this. Trying to get fit. Got these two old hinges off the door and this handful of old screws, which we'll keep. I'll use those again. I'm going to narrow the door down and put these hinges back on, and I'll use these old screws because it's just a lot more authentic. It's good enough for this place.
Well, I finished screwing down the floorboards and Yuri is putting up the frame for the wall/door.
Yeah, so this is one half of the frame, and then there'll be a gap in here, and that will be most of tomorrow's job, I think.
Time to call it a day and get some dinner, I think.
I think so. Morning, guys. It's day 2 on the tack shed, we're calling it now. Sounds better than milking room. It's day 2 on the tack shed build. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Absolutely beautiful morning. Had a great sunset. Sorry, sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous. So the plan today is to build the frame for the front wall, put the door in, put the frame in. And if I get time, cut a hole in the end here and put a small window in. It's going to be pretty dark in there, so grab one of our old windows that we've got around and put that in the wall facing the mountain, so there's some nice views. It's almost too, well, it is too dark in here to film, so you might not see much for this next half hour. We need a couple of really strong noggins, I guess, to swing the door off, because the door's made out of hardwood and it's quite heavy. So I was thinking of running this 35mm by probably 120 across the top and the bottom like that to swing the hinges off, and then really screwing it on quite well. So I think that'll be enough. It's all, the frame is sort of pine, which is prone to bending under weight, but I'll try and reinforce it with some hardwood and we'll see how we go. It's getting pretty cozy in here though. It's like, it's got a real vibe. I can imagine like sitting here, maybe have a little like kettle over there with a tea, with some tea or coffee, a few biscuits, all the tack in there. And then you're sitting here and like you step out there and it's like a perfect view. But also I think might be able to sneak in a little like pot belly stove. We'll see how we go. Be nice to have something warm. Winter gets pretty cold. I've just jumped up into the loft of this little building because along here I need to have the weatherboards coming up to the top up here to try and fill this gap so the possums can't climb through the gap. The issue is the beam underneath is not square to the beam up here. You can see there's an overhang here of about 3 inches. So I'll take off this top one, need to cut these 2 beams down so they're flush with this, take off this top board, and then I should be able to run the weatherboards right up to the bottom of this board, and then cut this board down on an angle. It'll look a bit dicky up here, but won't really see it up here, so, but it'll be a nice flush finish on the bottom there. So we'll cut this through there and up to there, and this one 20mm on that, cut that off there as well. So it's all flush with this beam here. Then I can run the weatherboards right up this framing, over this beam and right up under here to fill these gaps. The wall's done. I've got to screw a few more screws in to finish it off, but the yeah, it's clad and it's done. Take a look at this. I think it's come out really good. It's original, authentic. Use these old window stops from the gatehouse for around the door. Don't know yet how I'm going to connect the hinges here. I did reinforce everything and I'm going to put some extra screws in to keep it strong because the door's fairly heavy. So we'll swing that door off there. I'll work that out next. Door next, and then cut a hole in the back wall for a window. As you can see, super dark in here now. Yeah, so we'll cut a hole, get a nice view out through there, and it'll come out really good. So yeah, stoked.
Hello. Are you here?
I'm here.
For the afternoon?
Yes.
Excellent. I need some decisive decisions.
I'm good at those.
Which side should the door be? Come down and have a look.
Oh, oh my god, this looks so cute. It looks like really cute. Oh, I love it. It's so nice.
We are just going to look for a window now. I think we have a stashed window or a window that we can modify.
Yeah, so it's back to the tractor shed.
Yeah, once again we do have machinery for this, but we just love to walk up the steep hill. Now, have yes, somewhere in there, behind all those other windows, is the window that we seek.
The green one?
Potentially the green one.
Looks like a good size.
That is the one we want.
Okay, let's gently extract it without breaking all the other glass doors and windows.
Just that pane we want. Just that pane. Take him right out.
Yep.
We might even be worth going to that other end and seeing if you can get this other one out. It doesn't have any broken panes in it.
Oh.
But you'll probably need to pull the whole window out for that.
What we got here?
Oh, you need a horseshoe down there.
Definitely.
I need some hooks. But like, there's a whole heap of things somewhere. Oh, that's cool. Blacksmith tongs. Might be legit. Oh, that's super cool, that piece.
Oh wow, look at this. I don't know how old it is, but it's a spirit level.
Oh yeah, I've seen it, but that would be like 50s probably.
We've funded the treasure trove once again.
Looks perfect. I reckon this will come out really good.
Yeah.
Adds to the old world charm.
Is it perfect?
Perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. These ones here, look how rusty and worn those links are. Old school steel though, hey? Goes forever.
Maybe. The door is on.
What do you think of this?
I love it.
Cost us nothing. Got old world charm. It's not very square, but also old world charm. Isn't it? No, it's really nice. I'm pretty excited about this now. I'm starting to froth the cuteness.
Aww.
Back again. Okay, my mission is to find anything that we can use for luck. Not all, but maybe. Let's go through these boxes again. Ooh. That would work.
Hooks, always handy in a tack shed.
It is extremely hard not to get distracted. Do you even know what that is? Okay, well, I think this is the sum total of the lock paraphernalia that I can find in here. So I think that's about it.
This is perfect, look at that. It's almost like it was made for it, really, isn't it? So cute. Thanks for finding the bits for it.
Okay.
Not too bad, is it?
The door is so perfectly hung, it stays open. Shut up, stop. Okay. That's a sign of a well-hung door. Okay, I'm gonna stop that.
I'm so tired. I've just done, well, it must be like 2 11-hour days now, and they've just been massive, barely stopped. But the worst of it's all done, which is great. And I think the side quest is turning more into like a main quest. It's getting bigger as we go. Putting a window in it now. Going to do a post and rail fence out the front, a hitching post, a post and rail fence, like an old classic timber gate on that. Got to install some gutters, a tank. Yeah, it's definitely blowing out. But it's going to look pretty cool. And it kind of works because it's a part of, in a way, it's a part of the gatehouse project. Like, it's very close to the gatehouse. This is all kind of ties into that. So might as well just do it all, and then I can just all claim it as a part of that project. That way it doesn't really feel like a side quest, it's more like the main quest.
Thanks for watching a slightly more raw, project-based episode this week, guys. Next week, watch Juri blow out the project to massive proportions.
I got a little bit carried away.
And the side quests multiply.